Morning. So we've just left Xlendi behind us there where we stayed last night, and I'm currently walking uphill along the road. We're following the traditional Gozo Coastal trail that you find on the Visit Gozo website. So we're following that, which goes a little bit inland, cuts back across and then goes back down to the coast, because initially we thought that we'd be climbing the cliff right out of Xlendi, which is where the old trails map actually goes. So we're going to stick to the official route and head inland. I'm not sure why it doesn't stick to the coast, whether it's to add more time or see more villages and history, but it's another beautiful day. It's meant to be cloudy and cooler, but it still feels pretty hot today, so grateful for that. So I wonder if today is more about history than beach. So I think the trails brought us inland to follow some of the heritage trail, which I'm assuming takes us through these lovely little villages, but it's like a historic trail basically. It's a loop to and from Xlendi. We're only going to be doing part of it and then cutting back across to the coast, but still very cool and very beautiful. The constant traffic noise on this road was insane, to say that the road wasn't that busy. But as it turned out, the path came inland purely because there wasn't a safe and practical route up and over the cliffs at Xlendi. So I guess it was just a bonus that it also followed the heritage trail. And just to drown out some of that traffic noise, we resume with the soothing elevator music. And now we climb. Bit of a climb this morning, not much of a breeze, but enough of one to ease the sweat slightly. It's so pretty though, and it seems like we're going to be climbing pretty high now, so very excited to see the views at the top. Even though it's only been like a short in and out, so we can see the sea again, it's been so nice to not just be like right on the coast, like to be around all this greenery and all the little villages. It's really cool. I think we're rejoining the coast again like within the next half an hour, but yeah, it's been so nice, such a lovely little detour. Absolutely sweating now though. There's a pretty decent hill, the sun's coming down pretty hard. To say it was meant to be cloudy today, but yeah, loving this walk so far. think we're enjoying it so much because it's not usually what we would do as well. Because normally we just head straight for the mountains. Because I guess we consider ourselves mountain people, but I am loving doing this coastal walk at the minute. So we'll see. I might be turning into a ocean gal.
Look at the view. Anyway, row, I think it's along the wall.
Well, you can keep walking.
No, you're alright.
So we've now made it to the edge of Curzon, which we'll be staying on the outskirts of. Yeah, so we've made it to the edge of Curzon and we'll be staying on the outskirts and then heading down this road into St Lucia. It's been very well signposted today. We've had all these little blue and white signs which have changed from the red dots that we were following yesterday, but on the map yesterday's writing was in red and today's in blue, so I'm assuming it's just gonna change colour each day. Good to follow.
Where's you up? What's she saying?
I'm talking about him.
Talking about me?
Yeah.
How good I am?
Just down there, where we've rejoined the coast, is Xlendi from last night. So it looks like we really haven't gone that far, but nice to be back by the coast. So we just arrived at Sarapoo Freshwater Lake, which is, I believe, one of the only freshwater lakes in Malta, definitely in Gozo. It's quite a rare thing. I'm not sure what feeds it or how it is permanently here, but it's home to the painted frog as well, which is indigenous to Malta and a strictly protected species, being the only living amphibian to ever be reported on the island. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see one, but it's still a very cool little spot. So we've come around the corner of the cliffs to these beautiful rock formations. I think one of them used to be Azure Window before it collapsed in the 2017 storm. So that used to be like a super famous landmark, I guess. And I think people still visit where it was. So when we find it, I will take a little video. But this rock, you can see here right behind, that's fungus. Either fungus rock or fungus island. But yeah, this coastline is so pretty. today. I mean, there are areas where it's coming a bit more light now, but some other bits are pretty close. I wouldn't want to do this on a windy or bad weather day. Definitely gotta be a little bit careful. So even though the window collapsed in 2017, I don't know if you can see, it's still pretty popular for tourism. There's a ton of people all on this like plateau there, and there was a tourist bus here earlier, so hasn't stopped tourism much. And the Gozo Coastal trail does actually go pretty much right past it, so we're gonna head down to as far as it goes, maybe head up to Fungus Rock because it'd be quite cool to look at, and it looks like you can get pretty close, so we might do that, and then head down to where Azure Window used to be, have a look at that. I'm actually kind of hoping for some food because when we passed Talon earlier we forgot that we don't actually have much food on us, so we should have walked into the town and then walked back out, but we haven't. So hoping for a little bit of food down there. If not, town is literally just up on that hill there, so I'm assuming we're going to go around and then from Azure's Window head up the road back into St. Lawrenz for our bed for the evening. It's been such a chill trip, it's lovely. Look at how blue that water is in the cave. Insane. I don't know if the camera's picking it up that well, but it is beautiful. No matter how long we're out hiking for, or how many people we've seen on trail, whether we're camping or hoteling, like, it always feels weird coming back into like a tourist area. I'm not sure it's just because you're like out, I want to say the wilderness, but not, because we have seen people. But I think because where we've been is a little bit more off the beaten track, to then come back to where there's tourist buses and people, and yeah, it always feels so weird. But we made it down to Fungus Rock. There's quite a few people walking out along this like little rocky plateau to get a closer picture. And then just around this corner is Azure Window, which after chatting, we think we've actually been to before. When we came, it was either 2016 or 2017, we came to Gozo and did like a coach trip thing around the island. So they must have brought us here because it's such a popular tourist spot, but we literally can't remember any of it. There's like little snippets that have brought stuff back while we've been hiking and while we've been back in Malta, but I need to find the photos for the trip because honestly we can barely remember anything. So the first job I'm going to do when I get home is find the pictures, and then hopefully we can do a little comparison of like what it looks like now and what it looked like back then. But if we did come to Azure Window, which I can't imagine us not doing, then we potentially saw it before it collapsed, because it collapsed in 2017 and we were either here in 2016 or 2017. So yeah, it'd be interesting to look back. The views are beautiful. We're just at one of the towers now and heading over to that, but I can't believe how little people talk about this hike or do this hike. It's so stunning. Okay, so this little tower, known as Dwejra Tower, was built in 1651 to stop trespassers from taking the fungus, which was believed to have special healing powers from Fungus Rock. Anyone that was caught faced 3 years working on the night shift. These days, the tower has been lovingly restored to now function as a visitor centre, which unfortunately wasn't open the day that we were there. And we were literally just up on that cliff top there. Insane. Food! Just got an ice cream from the little ice cream van. It's actually called a flurry, isn't like a McFlurry, but a guy in the little van flurry. It looks like behind us they do also have like a proper cafe as well, serving hot food and things, but the guy in the van was lovely, so we're very, very happy to support him. Just passing this lovely church now. I think Azure Windows pretty much here as well. So we'll go have a look at that and then we're up onto the hills to St. Lawrence. After watching the world go by as we ate our ice cream, we headed towards the rock formations and to where Azure Window used to be, a 28-metre high natural arch nestled in Dwejra Bay that was one of Gozo's most popular tourist attractions, featuring in a number of films including Game of Thrones, Clash of the Titans and The Count of Monte Cristo. The arch is thought to have been created by the collapse of a sea cave during the 19th century. In 2017, it collapsed completely, following a century of natural erosion where large sections of the arch have broken off and fallen into the sea, which now makes for a very popular diving site. Does it look like it could be from that to that? Turns out that it wasn't, and that Azure's Window is completely submerged. Yeah. Even all of the rocks that we're standing on look so old, with like the old shells in there. We were basically walking on a ton of exposed fossils. It was absolutely incredible.
I see love here. I see smiles and laughter and cheer. I see hearts that'll trust in each other for the rest of their years. I see family. You'll help grow up strong, knowing nothing comes close to the life that you hold in your arms. Through sunshine and rain, it's good all the same. You'll face it together, share more than a name. Through sunshine and rain, you'll come out okay. You're never alone on the path that you take.
Said we're going past it. And just ran to the side. So
we're currently in St. Lawrence, beautiful square right next to this stunning church. Trying to find our accommodation. Booking.com says it's in one place, Google Maps says another place. We've honestly lapsed this church about 3 or 4 times. So there is a place called Talon here, which is the name of where we're staying. But it looks like someone's house, and I'm not sure I want to knock on someone's house. So hopefully we find it soon, but this town is absolutely beautiful. It was the house, and after being welcomed by our lovely host, we headed to the shop for tea, since everywhere else in town was either shut or had nothing veggie. So we've made it to our room for the night. It is probably the coolest room that we've stayed in so far. It feels like we're in a cave. We've got a little tea set and a cute little window there. There's not much of a view, but it's very nice. It's actually quite cold in here. But he said if we want to put the heating on, we just put €1 in here and it gives us 7 hours, so we'll be nice and toasty. And at first we were like, no, we definitely don't need the heating on, like we're English, we'll be fine. It is cold in here. These are like proper stone walls, so yeah, we'll see how I feel once we're in a shower. I think we definitely won't be putting €1 in there, or maybe €2. But yeah, it's so cool. At least we feel like I'm in a cave. I love it. It's such a cool room. And then our bathroom's just down there, down a few steps, but Joe's having a shower and you don't want to see that. All these places have been better than they look on the pictures.
Yeah, they have.
It's well good.
And sometimes you can't, like in the hotel in the UK you've got carpet and you've got...
Oh yeah, I think that's what it is. Unless it's on.
Yeah, it will be.
I see Mary with your very best friend. I see love that you'll hold in each other from now till the end.